We got a big weekend coming up with UFC 300 right around the corner. We have matchups set to make history in the octagon. This is one you do not want to miss. I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook, and we're going to bring you closer to the action. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings app right now. Sign up using my code SONNEN. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your bets for DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same fight, including total rounds and method of victory. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, you can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win bigger prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. New customers sign up using the promo code SONNEN. Bet just $5 and you will get $150 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code SONNEN only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Oh my gosh, I just saw an alpha off. It was great. It was really great. So, Jamal Hill just met Alex Pereira. They passed each other, and to make believe that they've never seen each other cross paths before is probably naive. I'm quite confident that Alex cornered Glover when Jamal fought Glover, so there would have been an exchange and a hi hello in the ring, if not in the back as well. But when these two came across each other, it's at least at a minimum the first time that they've engaged since signing the bout agreement to not only fight for the title that Alex holds, which is the very title that became valuable because Jamal gave it up. He was never beaten for it. But they're also going to do it in the main event of a pay-per-view that is going to pay the champion an astronomical amount of money in comparison to anything else he's ever done because it happens to be on 300. And whether there was some graciousness shown by the UFC to make sure that Jamal participates in that or not, it's not part of his contract. But it would be part of his contract since he's the main event of 300 had he not relinquished the belt. So it's a very interesting spot. But before we digress into the ins and outs of a standardized UFC contract, I do want to talk to you about them meeting because it was all caught on camera. And there is so much gamesmanship that goes into those moments. And I know people watch press conferences and they watch the things that said, then they try to break it down and talk about, oh, he was trying to get in his head. He was trying to intimidate him, but they don't ever go further with that because they don't know why being in the head would help you. They don't know why that would be an objective or a strategy. And they don't know why because they just say things. Like there's things in this sport that people just say. Reach advantage, height advantage, footwork, feeling out process. Like there's things that don't even exist in the sport. But the expressions have been around forever. So when I'm watching this alpha off, see, this is the ultimate press conferences and getting in somebody's head. This is all lack of understanding from those that haven't done it. The good stuff is when you're caught on camera, not with your words, but with your actions, in an organic moment. And that's what we had here. So Jamal goes up to Alex, shakes his hand. Now, you guys can be in the same room and be doing your pictures and doing your interviews, so just ignore the guy or even get a chip on your shoulder. Or you can go over and say hello. Jamal went and said hello. And Alex never appears to be the most jovial guy and happiest guy, but you also can't say that he's irritated or bothered. Like he puts off a body language and expression that's kind of hard to interpret. It really is. And so, Alex was doing Alex, and Jamal needed a sweatshirt sign. Now, you cannot be the alpha in an alpha off, and you cannot win the alpha off if you ask the guy for his autograph. It cannot be done. I got put in the same spot one time. I was on a collision course with Anderson. I was still in a company called ECW, WEC. I was not like a leading candidate to get Anderson, but I thought about him every day. I knew where I was going. I knew where I was headed. I knew who I wanted. Then they came out to Portland, and I get tasked by a member of the Oregon State Athletic Commission. He tells me, hey, Chael, I can't do it. I'm in uniform tonight. Can you go get these t-shirts signed by Anderson Silva? So I got to go to a line of people waiting for Anderson. I cut the line, I go, but I still got to get these signed. Knowing in my heart, the day will come when I'm going to stick a knife right in this guy's back. It was embarrassing, but I had to do it. Jamal had to get this shirt signed because he's having everybody on 300 sign it. So I'm just sharing, like, it's a very difficult position to be in when you're trying to win an alpha off. You're not going to get in the guy's head at a press conference. All these things they tell you, power is the last thing to go. Look at them feeling out. Notice his footwork. None of them are true. You don't ever hear an actual fighter saying it. You hear a guy like Harold Letterman that doesn't know anything, but has the seat at the table. You hear guys like that say. And I'm sharing with you why this is so important. When you have these actual physical engagements, like a handshake, a bro hug, an eye contact that has to be engaged and broken by somebody, that is where you actually will gain confidence or make your opponent lose confidence because you do have an ability to get in his head. So what is Jamal going to do? How is he possibly going to ask for an autograph while remaining high-handed? Well, I thought he did a pretty good job. He said, even though we're going to do what we got to do, I'm still a fan. I respect you. I appreciate what you've done in the sport. And I've asked everybody on the card to sign this. I'm even going to sign it myself. So, okay, well, he just explained. He has to ask him, right? He's got to get this thing signed. It's a sweatshirt, whatever he's going to do with it, whether it's a keepsake, whether it's for a friend, whether he auctioned it off for charity. Who knows? He got a job to do, though. He's got to get it signed by everybody. I thought he explained it pretty well. And Pereira stood his ground. He did what he does, which is to be gracious, to look you in the eye, to never break contact. But he also doesn't smile. He doesn't do the whole, yeah, I respect you back. He stands his ground. He walks away in a very stoic fashion. So when I watched this, the fact that it was started by Jamal is very strong. The fact that it was ended by Jamal is very strong. Jamal walked up, Jamal walked away. The fact that Jamal needed an autograph, not so good. Final sign, when it's done, Jamal takes the shirt that gets signed. He basically throws it to a corner man without even making eye contact. I thought for an alpha off, this was a draw.